All right. So today's little special assignment is I'll be making some shave soap. I use an old, fashioned shaving brush with a, puck of soap in a mug and get yourself all lathered up and shave. The old fashioned way. So what I have here is just some, stuff that I do that with. So let me bring you around. So I wrote down my recipe. So that is my uh, what is it, 60% potassium hydroxide, 40% sodium hydroxide recipe. I can't remember what all my percentages are. Uh, I'd have to look that up. Maybe I'll put it in the description or something. Um, but it works pretty well, and it's really the only kind of shave soap I use. And here's the stuff. I got lard, you know. Um, so you got to have, some fat, and of course got castor oil. And I use 100% lye household drain cleaner because it's cheap. And then I have to buy this stuff on the old, I don't know if I got it eBay or I probably got this stuff before the Amazonian thing was really going strong. So that's my KOH. And then I have some shea butter. I think that was an eBay purchase. I've got some lanolin. Um, that was more of a recent addition to the recipe. Have some stearic acid. That actually comes from Hobby Lobby because it's the cheapest place to get it, and I don't need much at a time. So that's that. Of course, I got my scale here, and I cook it in my little crock pot here. Oh, look at that batch of, that's a nice sized batch of hot sauce going there, smoked. I have some more peppers I got to deal with, so that's gonna have to get done soon. So anyway, what I'll do is here I'll just start measuring out all my stuff. Am I forgetting something else? Steer it with the vanilla, shake, castor. Yeah, coconut. Forgot the coconut. Got the lard. Now, sometimes I've used Crisco, or like a shortening, vegetable shortening, but there's some oils in that just aren't great for soap. So I've gone back to lard. Now, if you can get beef tallow, that'd be ideal. But I just use lard, and then of course I use my spatula there for doing the stuff. Start with the lard. Let's see. Oh, I got to add these in my brain here. 54 and 36. Oh, I can't even get the dang thing open. Lord have mercy. They've child-proofed this thing. Well, that didn't help. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Mm-hmm. Get 86. Oh, that's close already. How about that? How about that? 90. 80. I'll go 83. Oh, come on now. I tell you, did they child-proof all of this stuff? It doesn't want to. Oh, let's go. Don't you? So I need, well, I'm going to go ahead and zero it again because I can. And what did I say? 82? 82 ish. Now, sometimes I'll put all the oils in the microwave to get them to melt because sometimes they take so stinking long. And I mean, I got stuff to do. I ain't got time to wait around for all these things to melt, especially the stearic acid. Okay, so that's that. Now on the shea and the lanolin, I put half of it in, but I hold back half for super fatting, because it's your soaps, you want more fat left in it than what the hydroxides will take care of. So I usually super fat at about 5%. And so I keep back half of the shea butter and the castor. I mean, not castor, lanolin. Actually, I better do this. It's 17 grams. That is too much, and now it's all over. What did I say? 18, 17, 18? I don't even know. I can't. 17. Oh boy. 17. 18, it says. Oh my gosh. 17. I'll believe it. I'll believe it. Castor, which I need 17. I need 17 of that. I hope I have 17 grams of it. Oh boy. And 11, 13, 15. Went from 16 to 18. Perfect. All right, I'm going to get all that in there. This is going to take a while to melt. I may throw this in the microwave because I can. The crock, it's warm. Yeah, it's warm. It's still going to take a while. Oh, yeah. All right, let's let that do its thing. Shea butter, I need 11 grams. Yeah, I probably should wipe the lard off before I go scooping out the shea. 11. 5? There's no way. 9? That's too much. Again, when you're doing soap, the ingredients, down to the gram, it's kind of critical because you're dealing with a chemical reaction that has to happen. And if you do not have the right amount of fats and oils for your hydroxides to do their thing, then you can end up with some extra hydroxides left, and you don't want those in there. Let's let it keep cooking. Let's just dirty every one of these we got. Well, hold on. Let me move this over. Let's move that around. All right, that can go in. Let's hold off. Let's hold off on that. The lanolin is absolutely disgusting. It is. Oh, jeez. I don't even know what to do. I'm about out of it. In fact, I can't even get it to the. How am I gonna get 17 grams? Or no, 11? Oh, gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know how much it goes in there. All right. I don't know how this is going to work. How have I done this up to this point? This is a fight. It says 0. It says I have 0 grams on that. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now? All right, let's try this. Let's zero you out. Or turn it off. And, okay, 0. I hate, I don't know why I still have lanolin in the, oh my god. Oh, okay. Every time I put it on, the scale zeroes out. As though there's nothing there. There's apparently no way to measure lanolin. Okay, that's 7. You know what? That's good enough. That's good enough. I don't care. Okay. Oh. That's hot. Oh, we're nearly melted. That's good. Okay, well, that's finishing melting. I am going to get the water measured out. 85 grams of water. Where's my water? Distilled water. Perfect. And now I measure out my lye. I need 12 grams of sodium hydroxide. Oh, that's too much. Okay. 12 grams of that. And 28 grams of this. Okay. Always add your lye to the water. Don't add your water to the lye. Now, most people would say to wear goggles and aprons and all of the things, but it's fine. And that reaction will get very hot. Oh, and it does put off some vapor. Okay, I believe that is ready to go. So my oils are melted in here. And this is a very small batch. This makes about, maybe 10 ounces maybe. That's my lanolin that's still kind of trying to dissolve in there. Gotta get that out of there. Now what will happen here, I am going to add my lye solution here. Yeah, it looks all dissolved. Now that's the little bit of shea butter I kept back. I probably didn't put as much lanolin in as I should have, but it's fine. I'm just cutting down on the superfat a little bit. In fact, I might even just add a touch more shea butter to make up for the lack of lanolin. Also, they tell you do not touch or work with your soap with metal. Now, stainless is supposed to be okay, but they say it can cause the soap to go rancid. So, okay, looks like we're good. Now, as soon as I add the hydroxide here, it is going to, because of the stearic acid, it is going to react very quickly. And you'll see it congeal and turn white almost instantly because the stearic acid is going to go through the reaction almost instantaneously. So that is my lye. And already it's beginning to react and congeal. And now, because this is a hot process soap, you have to let it cook. So right now, the potassium sodium hydroxides are reacting with the oils and the fats, and eventually this will be soap. Now, once it gets finally cooked, then I'll add the rest of the super fat, and then I do have some scented oils over here. I have some, some different ones I've picked up over the years. Bergamot rosewood, that's actually one of my favorites. It's a really nice one. Cedar and spice, oh, that's nice. It's got some cinnamon with the cedar. And then Oxford, that's one of my favorites as well. And then I have this little, this is supposed to be like the mahogany woods that what's that one place? Bath and Body that they have. But this I have found causes some skin irritation if you use it in too high of a percentage. So be aware of that. So those get added right before I put it in my form, which is actually just a piece of 3-inch PVC because it fits perfectly into my shave mugs with that shape. So I'll just check back periodically and stir it. Now, what I could do and what I've done in the past is I have a stick blender. And if you hit this with a stick blender, it will be cooked and finished almost immediately. I'm just going to let it sit here for a minute. So we'll just let that cook on high and we'll come back and check it. All right, so it's been, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. It's definitely thickening up compared to what it was before, but it's still, gosh, is that even in focus? The lighting is terrible. Probably should have my headlamp on so you can see down in there. So, yeah, it's kind of, it's just very grainy. Still kind of oily, grainy, weird. It should get to where it is finally like waxy mashed potatoes. Yeah, I'll bring you back. I mean, eventually it's going to get cooked. I think we're close. I think we're getting closer. Anywho, yeah, I'll bring you back. All right, I got tired of waiting, so I just stood here and stirred it for the last several minutes, at least 3 or 4. And it is getting there. It is very. It's still kind of grainy, but it has this weird waxy texture starting to go on it. So it's getting close. Once you get it to this texture, maybe a little bit further along, you'll take a little bit of what you have there and maybe drop it on the counter or put it somewhere cool. And then what I do anyway is I put it on my tongue, and you can tell if you have too much hydroxide. There, I put a little bit on the lid here to get it cooled off. And I just stick that on my tongue a little bit. Definitely has hydroxide still in it. So you get what they call a zap test. And you can definitely tell if it's not done cooking and you have the old hydroxide still hanging out. I did put a little bit more coconut oil in it. I don't know if that was on camera or not, to take the place of the lanolin that I didn't put in, the extra lanolin. But yeah, I'll put the rest of this in. And then once that's in and mixed in thoroughly, then I'll scent it. And then you got to get it from this to my form. And what I did with that is I taped across the bottom of it and then put a baggie in it. So then I can fill that up with it and then give it some good slams on the countertop to get the air bubbles out. I would compare this recipe of shave soap, and I did quite a bit of trial and error along the way. I would compare it to a shave soap like Tabac. Tabac, in my opinion, is probably the most similar that I've used to the way this is. And Tabac's really good. Now, some people can't stand the scent of it, but I actually kind of like it myself. But the key to a good shave soap is that you have to use potassium hydroxide as part of your conversion chemical. I mean, you just have to. I am going to actually go ahead and put the rest of my shea butter in now. Oh man. Oh man. You got all kinds of it in there. It needs to come out. Oh man, it's kind of melting on my hands. Shea butter is actually really good. Just to use regular old plain shea butter as lotion works really well. It's just about to seize up, but I got to get that shea butter melted in. I may need both hands eventually here. I don't even know what this camera thing is going to be. You're probably going to be like, what is he doing? I can't even stand to watch this. Well, I can't either. All right, I think. Oh yeah, that is definitely waxy mashed potatoes. All right, one more little check. Is it going to focus on that? There we go. Just a little chunk of soap. Oh yeah, we're good. Yep. Oh, you know what? Cedar and spice. Why not? It's that time of year. Very cedary and cinnamony. All right. Sure. That seems like a lot. Maybe it wasn't. Oh boy, that's strong. All right, I guess I can turn this thing off. All right, now, oh boy. Now, the other thing is it will continue to cook as I'm pulling it out of here. So really, I mean, even if there's some hydroxide that hasn't completed the saponification process, it's still going to be cooked by the time it cools. About as good as it's going to get. Oh boy, I got. Oh, that's hot. I can't imagine why that's hot. All right. We'll let that cool down, and it ain't pretty. I can tell you that. Like some people make this nice, pretty looking soap, and that ain't pretty. But what I usually do, like if I am going to sell some of this to people locally, I'll cut the top and the bottom of the puck off, and then just slice about a 3-ounce puck. And I usually sell it pretty cheap, like $3 or $4 for a 3-ounce puck, which for shea soap is pretty cheap. All right, so take this and just trim just slip the old tape around the edge so I could pop the puck out, and that's what that looks like. And it's a pretty soft soap. Oh, the other thing about that crockpot, I do not use the crock that I use for that. I found the crock from Goodwill that fits in the same crock pot that we have, the heater part. I do not use our actual like crock that we cook in. So that's kind of what the center of the soap looks like. I mean, this is probably enough shave soap for me for, oh gosh, I don't know, over a year. I mean, easily over a year. Okay, so here is the puck I just shoved down in the Old Spice official shaving mug, and I've got a bunch of these three are antique old ever ready handles that I put new knots in them. These are both synthetic, fantastic brushes. In fact, that's a badger hair here. Here's a modern Omega boar hair, and this is a Big Daddy. Omega boar hair. Um, I pretty much just use the synthetics now. I started with an Omega boar, and then got this Omega boar, then got a oh Butterfingers. Uh, I got a badger hair, a decent knot to put in this one. I actually, whenever I do one of these old brushes, I put a stack of pennies in the handle before I put the knot in, and then put some Bondo in there to kind of hold the pennies in place. Kind of gives it just some weight, make you feel like you're holding something that's got some substance to it. The new ones are they're just like super light, kind of, I don't know, personal preference, I guess. All right, so I've got my mug. This is my go-to. Almost daily use this one. So I have to get it wet with some hot, super hot water. I will take that and drip some water down in the mug until I get a little bit of water in there. You probably can't see that camera. And then I'll flick the rest of the water out of the brush, and then just start loading the brush. For, I don't know, 30 or 40 seconds or something. I won't load that much just because I'm not shaving right now. And so you want the brush kind of look like that. It'll load up on the brush there. Now, at this point, you would, you'd wet your face, head, whatever you're shaving. So I'll just take my wet hand and just start working the lather around on it. And it doesn't take very long before you start getting a really nice lather made up. Now, I don't know how well that is going to show up on the camera here, but it is a very thick cream. You can always add more water to thin it out some, but this is nothing like what you would have from bring it around here. Nothing like what you would have from a spray can of the abomination called Barbasol. So anyhow, that right there are no real visible bubbles. It is just a very thick, heavy, very slick cream. So it is the best thing you could shave with. So there you have it. Just need to get yourself some ingredients, make yourself a nice shave soap, and yeah, you won't regret it. I did it a long time ago, never looked back. So anyhow, that's it. Boy, damn. And look good. Look how shiny that is. What a shaving nerd. But hey, you get something you got to do, so you might as well enjoy it a little bit. Have something that works well. Hey, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm sure you'll probably see some other ridiculous stuff that I'll put on here from time to time. So anyway, thanks for stopping along on my shave soap journey. We'll see you next time.